Hello viewers, welcome to the Sunday Guardian Soliloquy by Joyeeta Basu. Today I am going to discuss a little bit about what is roiling the Trump universe, the Trumpverse if you can call it. Well, the latest is our news report by the Wall Street Journal which claims that Trump was told by his Attorney General Pam Bondi that his name appeared several times in the Epstein files. Now think of it like this. Of course, it's a different matter that the White House is saying that, it's a completely fake news report, that nothing like this is there. But the fact of the matter is that this has to be seen in the context of what Pam Bondi had said around soon after Trump came to power, that the Epstein files were sitting on her desk. Now, this newspaper is claiming that Kash Patel, the FBI director, has told several people that Trump's name is mentioned in the Epstein files. If you remember, Elon Musk also mentioned that Trump's name was mentioned in the Epstein files. And but at that time, Trump, of course, Musk, of course, retracted his statement. But the fact of the matter is that there are too many quote-unquote proofs that Trump and Epstein, they were very close to each other. And there is a huge possibility that his name is there in the Epstein files. Just to remind the viewers, Epstein was a sex trafficker. He had this huge list of well-off, prominent clients who used to visit his mansion in Palm Beach. And there are several very sordid stories of underage girls as young as 14 being given to these guys to service them. So yeah, it's a very sordid story. Now it's a fact that Trump knew Epstein for a very long time, but his people who know him and the government sources also, they have been talking about by 2000 Trump had thrown out Epstein from his friend circle. Now the problem in this case, what is happening is that the Wall Street Journal story is claiming that Pam Bondi had told him the Epstein files. Now this has to be seen in the context of around July, soon after July 4th, American Independence Day this year. Justice Department and basically the administration declared that there were no Epstein files. You see, from the Epstein files sitting on Pam Bondi's desk to the Epstein files to Trump being apprised about it, to actually what they did was the files do not exist. All right. Now, you see what happened at that time is that so either someone is lying, obviously, either the newspaper is lying or it is the administration that is lying. In the meanwhile, over another story Wall Street Journal had done last week, in which they had talked about how Trump and Epstein were exchanging obscene greetings. Now Trump denied that story as well, and they had a photo of that in that particular letter that Trump had sent to a happy birthday greeting that Trump had sent to Epstein, and it was pretty obscene. The thing is, you see, what happened was that Trump denied that, and now Trump has sued the Wall Street Journal, the publishers, the main company. But that has not stopped Wall Street Journal from going ahead with this story. Now, you see, apparently the files at that time, when Pam Bondi gave the files to Trump and said that yes, your name is there, apparently the files were not released at that time, primarily because it had got things like child pornography and individual details of the girls involved, which these minor girls involved, and that would have been a serious breach of privacy. But the problem here is that the Trump is constantly still denying it. Okay, and now he has gone on to say that there is no need for any investigation. And what is even worse, directly contradicting this story, or let me put it this way, Trump some time back, I think a couple of weeks back, when a reporter asked Trump whether Pam Bondi had told him about the Epstein files and that his name existed there, Trump flatly denied. He said, no, she has not done that. And Wall Street Journal story is contradicting that completely. Now, the thing is that, so what is it? You have to understand it in terms of, uh, the the fakery involved. Somebody is lying somewhere. So we do not know that as yet, but even Wall Street Journal story we have to take with a pinch of salt until and unless they have proof, because nobody has seen the files, at least these people may have. So until and unless they can come out and show us the Epstein files with Trump's name mentioned in it, nobody knows what to believe, whether to take them also on face value or not. But let's not forget one thing, just because his name is mentioned there does not mean that Donald Trump committed any crime. And you see, and to those people who are asking if the Democrats had that, Epstein files with Donald Trump's name, so why didn't they release it? Well, possibly because, and that is the buzz in the US, in fact, the Democrats did not release it because big names in the Democratic establishment are also mentioned in that list. Of course, Bill Clinton is there, but apart from that, also several names are there, powerful Democrats. But the thing is that you see something very interesting is that during a 2010 deposition, Jeffrey Epstein had pleaded his 5th, 6th and 14th Amendment rights, meaning basically he decided to keep silent when he was asked if he had socialized with Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18. Now, Jeffrey Epstein said that I would like to tell you about that, but today I am going to exercise my, these amendments. So basically, he did not talk about it. So obviously, it goes without saying, people are curious what exactly Jeffrey Epstein meant. Because if you are meeting girls for whatever be the purpose, in seclusion, young girls below the age of 18, that's a serious crime. That's a sex crime. And if you are taking services from them, that is a sexual crime. But we don't know as yet. The problem is that investigation is not even starting. And now what the Republicans are doing, at least those close to Trump, particularly Speaker Mike Johnson and all, they are trying to suppress the matter. They are not letting the debate to happen in their parliament, in the Congress basically. But there are several Republicans also who have started siding with the Democrats in saying that it is time to shed light on what exactly is this about. So however much Trump may be saying, forget about it, it's not important enough, let's concentrate on important enough. This is something, it is becoming increasingly very big and political. And what is most interesting, you see, I have some friends and all who know and who are actually part of the MAGA base. MAGA meaning Make America Great Again, and they are very Trump core voters. I am told that sections of the MAGA base, which I've mentioned earlier also, but it is becoming pretty, I'm getting more and more information about it, that they're furious with Trump. And especially the more this thing drags on, they also want the Epstein files to be released. They do not expect that Trump is going to behave like this, saying that the Epstein files do not exist. Now, this goes against their core fundamental Christian values of, conservative family values of the MAGA. So they're very upset about it, about young girls being abused like this. So it's very close to their heart. So they are furious, and I have even heard talk that as long as the MAGA thinks that Trump is going to serve their purpose, they're going to stick with him. But if they think that Trump is not serving their purpose in a way, whatever be that purpose be, refining the American society, bringing back family values and all that, they may actually stop supporting him. So Trump may be saying move on. And in fact, if you have noticed, there is Tulsi Gabbard also has suddenly brought out something on Obama and the Russian hoax and all, which is fine, which we will in fact discuss on another day. But the fact of the matter is that however much Trump may be saying, move on, do not want to look at the Epstein files, it's a hoax. Well, nobody is listening, not even his base. and this may come to decide American politics and policy, at least in the next 1 year. Thank you for watching.